Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to our Wednesday night weekly update here at First Presbyterian Church. I'm just going to take a quick peek here and see who's commented so far and shown that they're with us tonight. Looks like Lan, you are here with us. A very good evening to you, my friend. Looks like Jenny, you're also here with us. Hope you're having a good evening sitting there in my office waiting for me to take me to the airport when we get done here. Rich and Kathy, good evening to you. And Rich and Kathy, I did not know that you guys had been a little ill. Hopefully you're feeling better. It looks like you are. I hope you guys continue to improve here. I'll check back in a minute or two at the screen and see if anybody else makes a comment here this evening as well. A couple of announcements for us tonight. Masks are still required in the building. Omicron is obviously still an ongoing issue for us as a church, as a community, as a nation, as a world. And so we want to make sure that we are looking out for the good and the health of one another. Also, Amy and Javita Satutetu, they had a baby, a little baby boy. I shouldn't say a little baby boy, but Giuliano Samuel, I'm going to butcher this next piece, Nwangu Atutetu was born on January 2nd. Second? No, that's not. I think I got a typo here. It wasn't the second. The kid's not 3 weeks old yet. Born on the 22nd, I think it was, Saturday, because Mary told me about it on Sunday. But he weighed in at a whopping 9 pounds, 8 ounces. So 9 pounds, 8 ounces, big baby, 21 inches long. So our congratulations to Amy and Javitas on that as well. Also, I mentioned on this past Sunday that we had sent our barrels to Sierra Leone with the towels in it that so many of you collected, along with baby infant kits and other supplies that the folks in Sierra Leone needed. I did bring greetings from Manly Jongjopi, the in-country director, this past Sunday to the congregation, but he also sent a personal message as well.
Hey, this is Manly. Yeah, this is a special thank you message that is going to all the donors that provided those towels for our clients in Tikonko Chiefdom. We do appreciate them, and as a director, I will make sure that the purpose that this towel is sent for should be used towards that purpose. And on behalf of the Tikonko people, as a country director, I want to pray that whosoever provides this stuff for the people of Tikonko, God will bless them abundantly. The love you show to us, we really appreciate the love. And the Tikonko people will be very much happy of having those towels. Once more, thanks so much.
Thank you, our donors, for this towel. We are happy to receive them, and we appreciate you guys so much. And we know our patients will love this towel so much, and you have done so much for them. So we thank you. They are awesome. They are beautiful. We appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's good to know that what we're doing in Sierra Leone is truly appreciated by those on the ground there, that we are, as a congregation, able to make a difference in the lives of those who have some very serious needs. Where, giving birth, we just celebrated with Amy and Javitas the birth of Giuliano. Giving birth in Sierra Leone is a high-risk business, and that's what we do with Rural Healthcare Initiative. Our primary focus is on infant health and maternal health, and really trying to reduce what is currently the highest infant mortality rate in the world. And it's fantastic to know that we as a church are making a significant impact there as well. See, a couple more of you have joined the conversation this evening. Meg, a very good evening to you, and Dale, a very good evening to you as well, and to you, Peggy, too. We're glad to have you guys hopping on board here tonight. In terms of prayer requests this evening, I see Peggy has a prayer request here asking for prayers for their grandson, Mark Henry, who has cerebral palsy, and will be having surgery on his right leg next Monday. Peggy, we will definitely keep him in our prayers. Also, Alice Williamson is asking for prayers for her stepdaughter, Gwen, who has been in the hospital dealing with significant intestinal issues. They've discovered both an abscess and an infection that's likely causing pain and discomfort for her. So she'll be going home with powerful antibiotic and a home care nurse until the infection is healed, and then back to the hospital for possible surgery to repair the abscess. So definitely our prayers for Gwen at this time. Continued prayers for Bill Cleary, Sue Hunt's brother, in hospice care, and for Bill Fairman as he's in hospice care as well. Hopefully when I get back from Ireland, I'll be able to touch base, certainly with Bill, and see how things are going for him. Prayers too for the Enfer family as they continue their journey in Cameroon, and for Simon, who we prayed for on Sunday morning as he heads down to Louisiana to start a new job there. It's always a blessing when we're able to send a member of our church off with a sense of the support and the prayer and the promise that we are a community of faith and we care for one another as he embarks on this new journey of his. And Gabrios, good evening from the Gabrio family. Glad to have you guys joining us tonight as well. Welcome addition to the comment section there. It seems like sometimes it's always the same folks, but thrilled to have you guys part of this event. Big deal. Pastor Neil's live on YouTube this evening. Folks, as you know, I am headed to Belfast in a little bit here. In fact, when I sign off tonight, I will be heading directly to the airport, which is why I mentioned earlier that Jenny is sitting in my office. She's there, ready to take me there as soon as we're done here. So here's my thought for the week. Prompted, I suppose, in some ways by my trip to Northern Ireland coming up. But, from Jesus, right? Sermon on the Mount, Beatitudes. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. I just sometimes wonder, what is it with us humans that we just can't find ways to get along with each other? Why is it that Vladimir Putin is sitting on the border of the Ukraine and we're talking about whether or not Russia will invade Ukraine? Why is it that we still have to have a demilitarized zone between North and South Korea? Why is there a peace wall still up in the city of Belfast, the city that I grew up in, a city that I love, and a city that, all being well, I will be in again tomorrow? Why can't we do a better job of being peacemakers? Why can't we take the words of Jesus seriously to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us? I mean, sometimes we look out there and say, well, yes, but there's evil people in the world. That's true. There are some evil people in the world. But then I look at the church and I look at Christians and I think of the big events in our history. Things like the Theodosian Code. You've maybe not heard of that one, but when the Emperor Theodosius passed a command in the Roman Empire, passed a law that said that if you are not a Christian and don't convert to Christianity, you only have a limited amount of time to become a Christian or get out of the empire, because only Christians were welcome. Or the Crusades, when we went to battle and fought and killed, in particular killed Muslims for the sake of trying to recapture the city of Jerusalem. Or you look at the treatment that Christians had of the African slaves, as England and Portugal and Spain went down with their slave ships, bringing them to the Caribbean, and from the Caribbean to the United States. And then the treatment of the slaves by so-called Christian slave owners here in the United States. German pastors talking about how in the First World War you had to defeat the English because they were terrible human beings. English pastors telling their troops that you had to defeat the Germans because they were terrible human beings, not worthy of life. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. There's a story in the book of Acts, in Acts chapter 19, where Paul is in the city of Ephesus. And he's been there for a lengthy period of time, and he's been preaching the gospel, and he's been working as a tent maker during the day, and then he's been teaching every day people what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. And it's had a significant impact on the city. A lot of folks have come to faith in Christ because of Paul's words. And I'm going to get a text here. Well, Lan, hold on, man. I'll get back to you in a bit. But Paul's words have seen people come to faith in Christ. But as they've come to faith in Christ, they've turned away from the old idols. In fact, we're told that some of the sorcerers have destroyed some of their old scrolls that had a value of about 50,000 drachmas, several $1 million in today's money. Some of the silversmiths are concerned about the economic impact of the gospel, and so they go after Paul. They go after the Christians in the city. But even with the inroad of the Christian faith and the challenge that Jesus presented to the city, when they're brought before the city officials, we're told this. This is Acts chapter 19 and verse 37. The city official says, "You've brought these men here, though they have neither robbed temples nor blasphemed our goddess." In other words, what have they done? Somehow Paul was able to proclaim the gospel in the city of Ephesus, a Roman fortified city, at a time when the emperor would have had nothing to do with the Christian faith, an area that was hostile to the faith, but he was able to do it in a way that did not cause him to attack others. He didn't go after the temples. He didn't even blaspheme their goddess. He simply proclaimed the grace of God in Jesus Christ and allowed the love of God to transform people. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. One of the reasons I'm heading back to Belfast, other than seeing family, is for a period of continuing education. I've made this trip a few times now, and we'll be attending the Four Corners Festival this week, or starting on Sunday. And the first event on Sunday night will be in the Anglican Cathedral in Belfast. But the main speaker will not be an Anglican. The main speaker at the Anglican Cathedral in Belfast will be a Roman Catholic, Austin Ivory. And Austin Ivory is the Pope's biographer. He's written some books with the current Pope, Pope Francis. And we just learned today that Pope Francis himself has sent a video message to the festival to be shown at that opening event of the Four Corners Festival this coming Sunday. The festival will run for a week. At the end of that week, they're going to close out the festival at the Catholic Cathedral in Belfast. And the speaker at that event will be the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. And the Archbishop is going to be flying over from England for that. So not only will we have a greeting from the Pope, but we'll have a message in person from the Archbishop of Canterbury. One in the Anglican Cathedral, one in the Catholic Cathedral, a cross-community event where maybe we'll be able to demonstrate to the folks of Belfast that the world will indeed know that we are Christians by the love that we have for one another. So yes, I'm heading out of here, folks. But see and seek to be peacemakers in your life. Love God. Love people. It's not that hard, or at least it shouldn't be. We just make it hard, I think, because we want to hold on to stuff that isn't eternal, stuff that really doesn't matter in the grand picture, the grand scheme of things. Next Wednesday, Shara will be here. The week after that, CT will be with you. CT will be preaching this coming Sunday. I know he'll have a great message for you guys. And then the next Sunday, as I mentioned, Scott Cartwright will be joining us as well. Folks, take care. God bless you. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.